History books love to talk about the rifles, the strategies, and the grand empires, but they always leave out the nightmares. In the winter of 1888, deep in the uncharted mountains of the British mission, an elite expeditionary force encountered an enemy that didn't fight like men. They didn't use tactics, they didn't show mercy, and they left no survivors. In the panicked, classified journals of the few who escaped, they were called just one thing: the demon armies. Were they a terrifying myth used to cover up a military disaster? Or did the British stumble onto something truly ancient? To understand what happened, we have to look at the official archives. It started as a routine mapping mission, a standard British regiment, heavily armed and overconfident, pushing deep into uncharted territory. They expected local tribal resistance. They expected a standard colonial skirmish. But the deeper they marched into the dense, suffocating canopy, the more the rules of warfare changed. The enemy they encountered didn't use formations. They didn't even use conventional weapons. Instead, they deployed psychological terror so brutal, the British soldiers began to lose their minds. One theory suggests the demon armies were actually elite local warriors who weaponized their own folklore. They knew the superstitious British soldiers were terrified of the dark, so they used soot, smoke, and terrifying, engineered sounds to turn the jungle into a living nightmare. They didn't need to outgun the empire, they just had to break their minds. But there is a darker theory. Military records from that month show massive tactical blunders, disease outbreaks, and friendly fire. Did the High Command invent a supernatural enemy to cover up embarrassing, botched disaster? Whatever the truth, the trap snapped shut. The British line broke. In just 48 hours of pure, unadulterated chaos, an entire regiment completely vanished, leaving behind no bodies, no brass casings, and only whispers of a demon army that dissolved right back into the mist. When the handful of traumatized survivors finally stumbled back to civilization, the British High Command didn't launch a rescue mission. They launched a cleanup. The official reports were instantly scrubbed from the public record. The terrifying encounters were formally classified as widespread fever, hallucinations, and the loss of an entire regiment was chalked up to a minor tactical retreat. The Empire locked the truth away in a vault, hoping the world would forget. But you can't lock away a nightmare. Governments can rewrite history, but the locals still know the truth. To this day, the descendants of those warriors tell stories of the night the jungle itself woke up to consume the invaders. So, what do you think? Was it a brilliant masterclass in psychological warfare? Or did the British mission actually stumble onto something ancient and unholy?